In the past, I talked about childhood abuse, childhood trauma, women who have daddy issues, and it's all related to the mind programming. I talked about how communists are programming their people, how cult leaders manipulate people's minds, weak people's minds. And to me, it seems that the weaker the soul, the easiest to manipulate and program. If you look at workers who can be easily manipulated to follow corporate culture, corporate culture, it's a system of programming meant to indoctrinate the workers to obey and behave certain way. I mean, it's not a bad thing. Depends what company leaders want. If you see companies who listen to each individual and is bringing up that individual to make the person to help the person flourish, to help the person become a better version of himself, or to achieve dreams beside the workplace. And if those company leaders incorporate those ideas into their corporate structure and culture, everyone wins. But you see these big corporations that have policies and programming, like this type of indoctrination program, that are meant to extract as much energy as possible from their workers. You see corporations where workers have to work overtime, and they kept being loaded with a bunch of extra work, so they cannot really leave at 5 p.m. or whatever at the end of the day. Unless they are part of a union, they have to leave. Yeah, so it becomes normal to see workers overloaded and never be able to complete, and kept in fear of losing their job if they cannot complete the extra load they get. So that's company programming. It's done in a subtle way, and people don't even think that they have no energy and they have depression and they have to rely on energy drinks and 3 coffees a day and drugs and stuff in order to maintain a job into a competitive workplace. But that's it. It's a programming done to a weak soul, a soul who doesn't have strong core belief and has to rely on someone else for survival. Yes, survival. Those people, even they have like a PhD or whatever diplomas on the wall, or a big resume or big LinkedIn profile bragging about what they accomplished, is all bullshit if they are at the survival level. If on those people, if they break a leg and if they cannot go to work, let's say because they need to perform with that leg, let's say if it's a firefighter, let's show you. Okay, I'll talk about this type of stuff in a moment, and I will link it to the childhood programming and trauma bond. I might say something about spiritual nature. It's a big lineup to food place, unless it's a drug. They have lineups to where they get needles. So I'm not sure what's that line for. yeah, so I went off the topic a little bit, but it's all connected. So today I'm talking about the mind programming of the week. So let me allow the bus to go by. So the human body comes with set of instructions. We call it DNA. Set of instructions that tell the body how to function, how to survive here. And it's that those set of instructions run automatically. You cannot really stop those programs unless you kill the body. So if the body dies, yes, you stop the program, and because the energy moves out of the body, the energy that animates this body, including the programs, moves out, and now the body goes into different program, which is part of the decaying and a recycling program, part of the natural world. And the body becomes dirt, the substances where it came from. But also, so that's a programming of the hardware. It's like a BIOS of the computer. BIOS of the computer tells the hardware how it functions, how things are connected to each other. So in order to perform as a working computer, that computer is using a set of instructions, part of the BIOS, or maybe a firmware, if you want to call it firmware, which is, like I said, set of instructions telling each component how it works, how it connects to each other, and what functions it has to perform if they don't have anything else on top, like no other piece of software, which is the operating system. Also, we have a sort of a operating system which is being continuously built. We participate in building our operating system, and it's unique for every person. It's adaptable, is changing all the times. Yeah, so the homeless here, this is a cleaner area, like a market, but still it feels like a bad energy. And yeah, here it's like I don't know if I can call it a garbage dump, but it doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel, of course, it's nothing divine in here. So the God programming and divine programming of like perfection is kind of gone. It's all destruction, and it's, if you want to call it evil destruction, but where it comes from evil emotions that were part of the operating system programming. So operating system, like a set of instructions that we build since childhood. So we come here with a firmware, and it helps the body function, so the body can function without the use of the five senses. The body can be in a vegetative state for years. There are people who are in a hospital into just plugged in and kept alive because the relatives decide that those humans need to be kept alive in the hospital. And they run. The body has the firmware that is working. But what I'm trying to talk about, the operating system that we build and includes this childhood programming, includes the memories, includes the trauma, includes the programs that we learn that we later play automatically, like how to eat, how to speak, how to ride a bicycle, how to cook, how to get a job, how to perform a job. Those are part of the operating system, and it's unique for everyone. Everyone has that unique, it's called life experience, and life experience is an operating system. We operate based on the life experience and what we learn. So I need to get onto a parking lot somewhere and then go to a customer. Childhood trauma, childhood abuse, all are part of the operating system. And the thing is, the weak souls who have a very limited life experience, their operating system is very limited, does not have a lot of data. And it appears that their lives are built on some around major trauma. So it's like this operating system, what it contains, okay, this person knows how to eat, knows how to walk, to have sex, to make kids, or to go to do some shopping and all these things. Then, but if we look at the bigger instructions that they run off, like they use, the bigger instructions are around some childhood trauma or abuse. Let's say someone, an adult, used to be part of a residential school system, like the First Nations here in Canada. Lots of 60 years olds, 70 years olds have this trauma, and it seems that their operating system is running around this idea, this trauma. So it's like the trauma is the core, and they build stuff around these ideas. So the way they live, the way they think, the way they eat, the way they smoke, the way they complain about their lives, the way they abuse drugs and other things. So this is a core, or part of the core. It's kind of a set of instructions, set of ideas and the thoughts that are not really divine, are not really in line with divine creation. And it's not their fault. It's not their fault. It comes with the operating system. It is like it happens that they were part of this social group that maybe was supposed to get through this or to be loaded with this operating system. Maybe we don't know what means fate. Maybe that's the meaning of fate. These people were meant to, let me find a parking spot here, meant to be loaded with this information so they can build around this trauma. Like someone was abused. Oh yeah, so I cannot park here, unfortunately. Public parking temporarily closed now. Nice. Okay, so I need to get out of here. Parking available somewhere else. Okay, so I cannot park in this area. I need to get out. Very nice. So why I'm recording this one, I'm telling you, these people who die on the street, they build their thoughts all around this major events, major trauma events in their lives, and slowly they build a victim attitude mentality. and they don't know what they are doing because that's the operating system they operate on. And also, if they go through some therapy, the therapists, they don't have the knowledge, they apply some methods, but they don't have the right tools and ways to deprogram, to deconstruct, and build a better, let me see if I can squeeze out, to build a better operating system, because these old memories and trauma are always there. So they don't really know how to deprogram themselves because they don't have the energy. It requires a power, energy, in order to deconstruct old ideas and build a new lifestyle, a new way of thinking, more divine, more how to say it, cleaner, more constructive, around new, better experiences. So instead of using no propane vehicle here, let me see, instead of relying on old ideas and programs that are built around this core, which is trauma, people need to have the energy, which unfortunately they don't have, to have the energy and build something around different life experiences. Maybe having a child, maybe taking care of a child, I haven't been here some time, so now cruise ship season. That's the bus. It's called Sea Bus. I'm in a bus crossing, going across the inlet. Yeah, so those who are trauma bound have a chance to get better, but it requires energy, it requires power to and willpower to move on and get away from this victim mentality. People in the old days, they got hurt in the battles, they got hurt fighting the bear, fighting the tiger. You know, the body has its own programming, it can heal itself, so you allow the body to run those programs that allows the body to recover automatically. So you allow God to work through you, through those programs of healing, self-healing. And then you need to have power to look into the mind healing, which is the reprogramming of the operating system. And for that, it helps to build better life events. And people may say, oh yeah, but my life all sucks. Yeah, because what happens, the trauma create a mindset that will attract trauma. So those people will always have bad luck, bad friends, will live in poverty, will live in all sort of a neglect. It's like it's their fate to live that way. They might have spiritual attacks, like evil events in their lives, all sorts of health problems, and they don't have power to make a change, because they are consumed with these worries, with these fights, these arguments, with healing of their own wounds. Licking the wounds every day, it requires energy, and they are consumed, so they have hard time to get out or to go through some therapies or to listen. Such people would not listen videos like mine or other people who post information that can help lots of people. They don't have power to listen. They don't have focus. They need something now. Give me something good. And they go to drugs. They go to smoking or rather to alcohol. Why? Because they need a relief right now. They cannot wait a year or whatever, how long it takes for healing, for reprogramming, to change the operating system. Let you go. I have a customer waiting for you. Bye bye.